Hi, I'm glad you can join me again, this time for 3 presentations on the infinitive. The first presentation is going to be a review of the endings. These are endings that we've had through the earlier part of Greek. Secondly, how the infinitives are used. And third, practice involving several scriptural examples. Remember that an infinitive is a verbal noun. My favorite pastime is fishing. Now, I can use the infinitive to fish in 3 different ways. First, I can say, to fish is fun. The verbal noun to fish is used as the subject of the sentence. Or I can say, I like to fish. There, the infinitive is used as the direct object. Or a very common use is that of purpose. For example, I went to the lake to fish. That expresses purpose for why I went to the lake. So let's have some review with the endings of the infinitives. All right. Remember the present infinitives. We had luein, luistai, stem plus ending. Luein is the active to loose, luistai, middle passive, to loose for oneself or to be loosed. And remember here we had our picture, Lou is giving a present to infinivi. Infinivi is for the infinitive. And he's standing in the rain. And that helps us with the ending ein. And what is Lou wearing? An estai. So ein estai. The first aorist infinitives. Let's say these together. Lusai, lusistai, luthenai. To loose for oneself, to be loosed. Notice the sigma alpha that we have for both the active and the middle, and then we have our theta eta for the aorist passive. So our picture here, Lou is the aorist with one arrow and little infinivi, that all says first aorist infinitive. Out jumps Psi, who says, I'm Psi with a sash tie, ain't I? Look at the sash tie around his waist. So psi, sustai, thenai. Psi with the sash tie, ain't I. Now, the second aorist infinitives, let's say these together. Balein, balestai, graphenai. All right, what do we notice about the active in the middle? We have an internal stem change, and then in the passive we switch to the verb graphenai, and characteristically there's no theta here. So here we have Ball, the aorist, with his internal change, 2 arrows and little infinivi. They both appear to be rather wet. Ball says, I'm Ball in the rain with an estai ani. So that helps us with the endings, ein, estai, ani. And then finally, we have the perfect infinitives. Let's say these together. La lukenai, la lustai. Now notice here again, we have the reduplication, we have a kappa with the active, with the middle passive, there again we have reduplication, and here we have the loss of the helping vowel. So the endings ni and stai. So notice the perfect parrot atop the mirror. Lou has a tie adjusted by infinivi with a parrot on the mirror, so perfect infinitive. Lou is looking into the mirror for reduplication, and what is he flying? The kappa kite. And the parrot says, a nice tie. So that helps us with the endings, ni, estai. So the good news about chapter 14, there are no new endings. But before we look at the uses of the infinitive, here's a very important principle. The subject of an infinitive is found in the accusative case, not the nominative case. Now, here we have the Greek, let's pronounce this, de me apelthein. De means it is necessary. Apelthein is a second aorist active infinitive, means to depart. Now, notice the word me here. That's the accusative personal pronoun. So that becomes the subject of the infinitive. So the translation here, it is necessary for me to depart. The second example, let's pronounce it. Meta ta egerthenai me. Now, egerthenai is a first aorist passive infinitive. And before we've had the preposition meta right here, and with the accusative case, meta means after. This carries over into the infinitives. So after the to be raised. Now look at me again. That's the accusative case. So we have to take me and make it the subject of the infinitive. So after I have been raised. And finally, this comes from the birth narrative in Luke. Let's pronounce it. Dia ta enai autan ex oiku, and then we have the proper name David at the end. Now, all the way back in chapter 4, we had dia with the accusative that meant on account of or because. Enai is the infinitive of Amy, and here we have it right here. Now, notice autan. That's masculine singular accusative. So we have to take that accusative and make it the subject of the infinitive. Because he was out of or from the house of David. All right, so this first presentation is over. Just by way of review of the endings and then this very important principle for the infinitives. So thanks, and we'll see you next time.